Named in honor of one of our nation's founding fathers, Alexander Hamilton, Fort Hamilton is the fourth oldest installation in the United States Army. We are located in the southern part of Brooklyn, next to the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, and we are the face of America's Army in New York City. Fort Hamilton's mission is to provide the New York metropolitan area with quality installation services for our military community and also enable Army readiness, ensuring the success of our mission partners while strengthening the foundation of our Army culture. We are the home to Army active duty, reserves, and National Guard soldiers and their family members. Major units on the installation include the North Atlantic Division of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, responsible for the Army engineering districts from New England to Virginia and in all of Europe. The second largest military entrance processing station in the United States, which provides a gateway through which applicants enter the armed services and ensures those who raise their right hand are qualified to serve. The second largest Army recruiting battalion in the United States, with over 300 soldiers stationed throughout New York City, committed to enlisting into our Army talented and qualified volunteers from across the area. National Guard and Reserve units stationed on the installation perform a variety of missions across the region. Most notably is Joint Task Force Empire Shield from the New York Army National Guard that was activated in response to the September 11th attacks. They work alongside local, state, and federal partners to keep the New York City transit centers safe. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the New York National Guard's 24th Weapons of Mass Destruction Civil Support Team activated in support of FEMA and emergency operations through the city and at the Javits Center. Fort Hamilton also provides, when directed, defense support to civil authorities in the New York City area of operations, and has done so in response to 9/11, the destruction wrought by Hurricane Sandy, and COVID-19 operations. Our installation provides essential services to an estimated 50,000 veterans, retirees, the Department of Defense civilian workforce, military personnel, and their families, both on and off post. Our Fort Hamilton Family Morale, Welfare and Recreation Directorate provides a variety of services to enhance the quality of life on our installation. Whether that be a day at rest and relaxation by our pool, childcare, social services, or getting fit to fight, Fort Hamilton MWR is here for the service members and their families. Looking for a place to live? Fort Hamilton has more than 220 homes, including 3, 4, 5, and 6 bedroom configurations in our community. It's our goal on Fort Hamilton for our family housing to be the first choice for service members and their families when deciding where to live. The fort's history stems back to June 11, 1825, when the fort's cornerstone was placed. Construction was completed on July 10, 1831, and the fort became part of a system of fortifications built throughout New York City to support 2 missions. The first was to support actions against enemy warships seeking to pass through the Narrows, the primary entrance into New York City's harbor. And the second was to defend itself and the other Narrows forts against land-based attacks. Some notable dates in our history include August 22, 1776, when there was a British amphibious landing on much of what is present-day Fort Hamilton. 5 days later, the Battle of Brooklyn commenced. Fort Hamilton also acted as a recruitment center and headquarters for the 3rd U.S. Infantry during the Civil War. During World War I and World War II, Fort Hamilton served as a staging area for troops as part of the port of embarkation, and the post served as the headquarters for the famous 1st Infantry Division during the interwar period. The last artillery piece was removed from Fort Hamilton in 1948, and by the 1960s, the massive concrete gun emplacements had been demolished, which included the remaining portion of Old Fort Hamilton's seacoast wall. Finally, Fort Hamilton was designated a historic landmark in the National Registry in 1974. To preserve our heritage, we have the Harbor Defense Museum, which collects, preserves, exhibits, and interprets historically significant material related to the history of Fort Hamilton and the Seacoast Defense in New York City. The museum is located in part of the garrison's original masonry fort, and as the only Army museum in New York City, the Harbor Defense Museum has a fine collection of military artifacts from the American Revolution through to World War II. Fort Hamilton is part of the fabric of Brooklyn history, culture, and life. It represents one of the very last connections the American citizens of dense urban environments have with their military. Fort Hamilton stands ready to aid and assist the military and our interagency partners with current operational requirements, natural disasters, or national emergencies. Fort Hamilton, we are the Army's home.